Hi, Mochismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep subscribing, keep liking the videos, and sharing them. And thumbs up. Appreciate it. Let's beware of the narcissist who poses as health gurus. Now, narcissists are in every facet of life. Nothing much we can do about that. But I'll tell you why I'm talking about beware of the narcissists posing as health gurus, health coaches, fitness coaches specifically. I know a lot of us struggle with physical weight, physical appearances, and that's no exception even when you come out of a narcissistic abusive relationship. Most times, if you have a weight problem, you have probably gained a ton of weight or a modest amount of weight, depending on your metabolism. And you're physically, emotionally, you're just beat, you're exhausted. And now you're looking at yourself and saying, man, I need to get my mind healthy. And so you begin to awaken through education and awareness and elevating your vibration through videos and awareness of what you just went through. And then you begin to transition to look at other factors of your life and say, man, my self-example, I've lost about 10 pounds since I broke my foot, I'm sure. Looking thinner. And so what we do, we go on to try to say, man, I need to get in shape, whether you're a thin person or a bigger or larger person. So then you go on to get involved in a fitness membership, just as I did in my family. I haven't been in some time, and that's for a good reason. I think I mentioned that in a video before. Protecting your energy is what we're going with this. So when you're coming out of these relationships and then you latch on to a fitness membership, or you latch on to certain people you tend to admire that are in the fitness industry, or you may be strolling through your phone and you get wind of this person, they're giving motivational talk, they're breaking down metabolism, body fats, you name it. And so you adopt this regimen of sorts and you begin to follow this individual. What I want you guys to understand is when you're coming out in an abusive relationship like this, it is very important that you both observe, preserve your energy, or observe the energy around you and preserve your energy. Don't give off too much of your energy, and don't take on too much of other people's energy, because this newfound affection that you have for weight training, health training, what have you, you begin to take a liking to the person behind this new thing. And in this case, a health guru. A lot of times narcissists hide behind these positions and these podiums of sort where they can command the troops, where they can command a group of people to pay them attention. This is Narcissist 101. This is not all health, fitness, trainers, and gurus. This is not. Half of them, at least. I would gamble half. But it boils down to this across the board. It doesn't matter what you get into once you're out of the abusive relationship. What you don't want to lose sight of is observation, intuition. Based on the education that you have, it needs to be applicable to any aspect of your life, whereas you're allowing someone else into your space. And this is no exception, because you understand you're in a position where you just came out of a vulnerability, you were vulnerable, now you're trying to get some strength back. And so you say, I need to physically get myself in shape so my mind and my body can be in conjunction with each other. Okay. Totally understandable. So, in doing this one thing, in this newfound health, fitness craze that you're in, it's easy to lose sight of the fact that you may have come out of a church that manipulated you and it was full with narcissists. You may have come out of a business venture that you inevitably found out that it was ran, led, and coerced by narcissists. Ponzi scheme. And that's essentially what I'm saying. These things that we get into, we can go from bad to worse if we lose sight of our observation. And that's vital to anything that you attempt to do, whereas you're allowing another human being into your space. And you're forming friendships, camaraderies. You almost have to walk through life as though there is nobody but you to depend on. Not in an extreme way, because we as human beings, out of everything, every animal creature that creeps to earth, humans have to cohabitate. Without cohabitation, we would die. We essentially need one another. But you don't want to latch on to someone who creates a codependency in you that you just got out of. Camaraderie, yes. That's a beautiful thing. But don't let your camaraderie and that teamwork and that group effort that you have somehow invested in blind you from things you should be observing. Because before you know it, you get involved with this personal trainer that comes to get you in shape. And at the end of the day, they end up doing a number on you. And what made me draw for this is because infomercials, commercials, and different things like that, and you don't have to directly be invested with these so-called fitness gurus. You can end up forming an addiction to where now you're spending tons of money as it relates to this person's book, as it relates to this person's insight. So this addictive behavior becomes an obsession to the point now you're spending money on every book that this person prints. They become your god of sorts. Then you somehow begin to tad bit worship them, unbeknownst to yourself, in their mythology, so much to a fault. And you may have gotten out of an abusive relationship in one sense, but financially, you're straining your finances, unbeknownst to you, because you're addicted to this person's mythology, and you may justify it by saying, you know what, this is a good addiction because I'm gaining, I'm benefiting from this. You are, but you aren't. You're taking steps towards your physical health, but unbeknownst to you, you're being hoodwinked, and you've formed and pledged an allegiance to this person because everything out of their mouth to your ears is golden. And this is how mind manipulation works. And what I'm actually just breaking this down to say is, don't ever elevate a human being above God. Don't ever go to the extremes on any level. Because at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, your motivations must start with you and they must end with you. God, notwithstanding your faith now, I'm talking about in the human sense. Obviously, if you have a faith, it's God first, God at the end. But we're trying to be practical in many ways. Don't put people ahead of you. Don't put people ahead of God. You know, I had to search through my list of YouTube of all the subscriptions that I had when I first awakened, and I want to believe I had about 100 subscriptions to different people. had 100, at least 100. Now I think I have about 20. And on this subject, per se, not that I don't, I listen to a lot of content creators that are talking about this, many of which I've been riding with for 4 years, the whole 4 years. And they're still steadfastly, consistently bringing the noise. They're giving you this informative information about this disorder. They're doing great for themselves, by the way. But I think now I have, as far as this topic goes, I don't want to say for definite, but I think if I had to guess, maybe 10. Maybe 10. 5 to 10 people or channels. And that's not to say that I don't appreciate all of the rest of them that I have not subscribed to. But what I am trying to say, this must not become an obsession with you to the point where you find yourself looking at your phone and strolling and you got a slew of things going on to the point where your mind is here, there, everywhere. Limit the things in which you become, I don't want to say addicted or obsessed, but limit the things that you become attached to, that become fun and liking and pleasing to you. Do it in moderation, because in doing that, you guard yourself against these fitness gurus. And I'm watching videos, like say if I'm watching a YouTube videos on something totally unrelated to health and fitness, because what you'll see now on YouTube that's popping up a lot of when the commercials come in, is either fitness, real estate. It's all about these get rich quick, get healthy quick. They denouncing one person's fitness advice and upselling theirs. It's been this way since the beginning of time, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to continue to get more and more and more advanced. And these people catch you at your most vulnerable, because you are in a place where we get a lot of our information through the web, through the social media. And so it takes an added effort to guard yourself and your energy. And and the deception is there. And some would say, well, you can't go around just second guessing everything. Yes, the hell you can, and you better, and you should. Because if you don't, you have yourself to be thankful for that. You have yourself to thank for that, and you have yourself to be responsible for that. This is just a daily grind. This is just a daily regimen that we all should adopt, especially Awakened Empath and Chosen Ones. This is innate to who we are. This is not really work to us. This comes naturally as we evolve and we elevate. This is just so natural. As I said before, we see some things that we can't unsee. We know some things that most people don't know. And so, with these things in mind, we need to just be aware. That's my second phone, guys. So, health is an important thing, physical health, once we're coming out of this narcissistic abusive relationship. But we have to realize that deception can creep up in other avenues of our life. So just be mindful. That being said, bless.